Flogcast may occasionally contain explicit content that makes it not safe for work or for minors. It also doesn't provide an excuse to use the same words on Bay 13. Normal Big Footy rules still apply.
Alright, so this is the Flogcast returning for 2015. Starburns joined by Ant,
G'day.
Haduken,
There.
Dane,
Who the hell's Starburns?
Teach,
Hello there.
and Penal.
Hey there.
Where's Fifey? What have you done to him?
He's in Bomber's dungeon, and he's never coming back.
Hail Fifey.
I got to be honest though, it's been 3 months, and it's kind of good to be back. Like, you can fill the void with conference calls with Gordon Groves and Suze, rage smashing iPads, but it's just not this is fun.
I've really missed you guys, except Teach. Fuck that guy.
Fuck off, Penal, you stupid cunt. Listen, we're back, and we're bigger than ever, and we love the Flogcast, so let's get into it, boys.
Yep, and we will...
You put on some weight, did you, Teach?
Let's begin with, we'll briefly go through the first 6 games, because there were some results, and I think we're going to have to start with the one that got the most attention, and it was the last of the weekend. Norf brought in a couple of free agents who no one really rates, and, well, they've gone to their best players. Norf have found a way to add more 30-year-olds to their best players list.
Those two are on hiding to nothing when it comes...
Higgins is mid to late 20s, he's not 30.
No, but, well, Wait's 35, and Bucket's...
They average out into their 30s, yes.
Higgins
Were
is
you on-
26.
Was that game on telly, Dan? I didn't see it.
No, I was live on
Adelaide
a
Crow stream. North can't afford one.
Yeah.
We're rusty. Or at least I am.
No, those two were solid. I mean,
Figure out who the hell Adelaide even fielded in their team. I'm like looking through news reports, going, "Wait, that there was a game. Who played?"
Well, Captain Tex played.
Adelaide had the B team, but they still won, and North was shit. And the two new recruits were their best players, and blah 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 blah.
Magic Door assaulted his opponent, his young opponent.
And didn't Lindsay Thomas do a dirty diving event
What
and
a
got?
dirty diver.
Yeah, I heard that the AFL weren't that happy with him.
No, they weren't. I think North will be informed about that. Dane, so you actually watched that game?
I did. Do you want me to give you a summary?
Anything you noticed? Just
Can
anything.
you give us a non-North supporter opinion? As in, someone who's not completely delusional.
For the Port
Are you
supporters,
saying we're all biased and our youth is the best and all that shit?
The best young engine room.
As I was saying earlier, those two guys that you mentioned were on a hiding to nothing. If they played well, like they did, then everyone's going to say, "Oh, the best players were these two old fellas that they recruited." And if they played shit, then everyone would be like, "Oh, these two players, they're shit. They're not going to do
what
anything."
if they were just okay and
Higgins.
not your best players? Then it's like, oh, they've improved your team, but instead they went straight to your best and they happen to be inconsistent.
Those two have had an extra month's pre-season compared to the other guys because those clubs that they used to play for are shit and they don't play finals. So they were always going to
Mr. Pre-season, Sean Higgins will always train the house down. Come on.
Yeah, like, I want to know his time trial results, because you put Higgins together with time trials, there must be stories. Like, bigger than Andrew Walker wearing a hat.
Yeah.
Why didn't I see any of the young North players stand up and have a breakout game in the way that, say, Jed Anderson did for Hawthorn?
North are the new concerning youth.
All their best players are over the hill.
Penal, who is Jed Anderson?
Some guy hodgepodge faps over.
He was best on ground. I know the Hawks lost on the weekend, but Jed Anderson was the best player on the ground.
You sure he was the best player on the ground?
He was.
Wasn't
yes.
even the best for Hawthorn.
So you're saying he was...
No.
Sam Mitchell was better.
No, I'm saying I didn't watch the game because I have better things to do on a Thursday afternoon. But
That's commitment for you.
Yeah, you fucking wanker.
My sources tell me with 100% certainty, and they're never wrong, that
Your sources. I like that.
Yeah, I heard Tashawk 15, 16 through to 18 all agree with Mr. Penal.
What you've got to remember, Dan, is that there's always this new coach effect when a team gets a new coach, and they come out of the blocks early. So I wouldn't be too worried about it.
Isn't there
I'm
a
not
rumour?
worried at
You
all.
were telling
I mean,
us this.
It's a practice game.
You were telling us this. Isn't there a rumour that there's discord about the new coach at the Camrys, though?
who even is the new coach? I can't even remember his name.
Already? Discord about a new coach at the Camrys already?
Wasn't he
He's been in charge for one game.
You posted this in the off-season ladder about them not letting them listen to music when they do weights. You posted that.
Yes, that's true. That's true. He did that.
Why would he do that?
Well, because he's come from Port Adelaide, where they can't afford CD players, so it worked for them.
Because
My point
he's
is,
a twitchy bitch.
what's the relevance to him if the players listen to music or not when they're doing weights?
Apparently, it's a professional environment. You don't listen to music in one.
That's bullshit.
Oh, well,
That's fucking stupid.
that's West Horsham logic.
Are they embracing the Crowbots again, yeah?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it worked so well last time. But yeah, since we're on the Crowbots, we'll stick with them because the biggest news from Adelaide in the entire off season was, well, in an admission that Dangerfield's probably coming home, we have Captain Tex, which I think this will deliver press conference gold in a bigger way than Malthouse.
Have you ever heard Tex talk?
Yes, I have heard Tex talk. That's why I'm looking forward to it.
He's got to get the mullet back if he's going to be captain.
He's Hodor. He's going to go Hodor.
That'd be funny. How many goals did he kick today? Tex. Is that 5 goals?
Tex. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm sure maybe he's a professional and he's a good footballer, but geez, you're sticking him in front of the media. I don't know. Like, he reminds me of Travis Cloak, and we've seen what he's like in front of the media. They're just...
In Favola Mark II.
Yeah, Brenda Favole, that's a good one. I can certainly see pressure points being a thing, but yeah, no Dangerfield, no Sloan.
Did he sign his last contract with a crayon?
Big red one.
They were gonna have him sign it on an iPad, but he smashed it.
It reminds me of someone, actually.
The concerning Camrys, like, they don't appear to be confident hanging on to any of their stars, so Tex is in line, and yeah.
Well, I would have gone with Dangerfield or Sloan, but
I was going to say Rory or Dangerfield,
but they
but
must
they're
think
both.
they're leaving.
Well, they're both Victorians, so.
And they're both out of contract. Tex is the only one of those three that signed, and so Tex got made captain. It's kind of like...
But I think with Rory, I think his family live over there now, so.
Danger's going to...
Danger's gone.
Didn't Tex Walker come out in a press conference and say that all the talk of Dangerfield leaving was just a bit of smoke and shadows behind the windows?
Those sound like too bigger words for Tex to use.
Smoke and shadows. He didn't actually get it right. It's supposed to be smoke and mirrors.
But
Jeez. That's the jaw.
Whoosh.
That's the jaw. Oh, sorry. Yeah, fuck that up.
Is that everything on the Crows? Because we can move on to another captaincy appointment, which will please one of our
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm sure there's more about the Crows, and I encourage all our Port Adelaide listeners to point that out in the comments thread on this.
Yeah, and make sure you spread the love, not just to teach this year. We're all trying to turn over a leaf and be a bit more Crow Trolly and Bogan for you. So
a bit of West Horsham love.
Yes. But yeah, the other captain, which Haduken, I think you can start on this and we'll transition into that game.
Oh, yeah. So he had a bit of a shit game in Brisbane 1. I'm noticing a correlation here. Well, they're all talking about, gee, how good was Dane Beams? Dane Beams came in. So finally they've got a non-selfish, effective midfielder in that mid. And like I've always said, bam, they win. You know, under an undermanned St Kilda, admittedly, but, you know, a win is a win. And, you know, my theory holds true. They've made him captain. I don't know how that's going to work. It's kind of like being, trying to be inspired by a pillow. It's pretty, but it sits there. Jeez, the call sits on it, though.
It's like Shane Watson captaining the Australian cricket team and wasting all the reviews in the field.
Yeah.
It's just ineffective reviews.
Geez, don't get me wrong, Rockcliffe looks fantastic while doing absolutely nothing. And I've never seen anyone do nothing as well as he has. Now that they've got Beams to actually do something, they may actually turn out to be a good team this year. That's my prediction for 2015.
Do you reckon Rockcliffe or Tex would be dumb enough to kick into the wind after the toss?
No one's that dumb.
Well,
except
that's a good transition into the Richmond Bulldogs game because we were missing that many players that Steve Morris was captain, and he was smart enough to kick with the wind. So
I actually have a theory about the old Trent Cotchin decision, which was that, because he heavily blow waves his hair, right? And so he'd spent the hour beforehand facing the other way, blow away the wrong way, and so he thought the wind was blowing the other direction. And so he walked out and went, "No, mate, not,
it is extraordinary how it stays in the one place, isn't it?
It does not move. Someone's going to knock themselves out on it one day.
There's probably something hidden under there. Maybe he's got a really tall, like a cone head. But yeah, we will transition to that. And wasn't it great to see games back at Footscray?
Was a great day for it, although
Was it?
the wind was pretty terrible, so it made for a pretty squirrely conditions. Another captain also debuted that game, and Rob Murphy's now undefeated as Bulldogs captain. So
I've got to say,
why he wasn't made captain in the first place instead of that freaking mummy's boy pig shooter Griffin? I don't know.
That's harsh.
The guy who
I didn't want to be captain.
Why would you guys make him captain in the first place?
Oh, here's a chance. Do you want to be captain? How about saying no? Weak as piss.
I think the fact that
Cyclops is weak as piss. Anyway.
Stop being a fucking sook.
Have you seen his eyes are so fucking close?
I know. I got the joke, but it's just I've never heard that before.
You've turned, Ant. You've really turned.
Yeah, they get venomous, don't they?
Ever? Yeah.
As to the game, I mean, Bulldogs, if they'd kicked straight, they would have won by 100 points. So it was.
Oh, Jesus!
Seriously, do the maths. Do the maths, man. We kicked so many points, it wasn't crazy.
I'm gonna do the maths right now. I'm gonna look at the scoring shots, but
have a look at the scoring shots.
It took you until the last 3 minutes to get out to a match-winning lead. Like I said, A8. I'm talking here. I only go Suze on your 17.
ass,
if you reversed your scoring shots, you only kick 17, 12, 1, 14. That's not even halfway to 100.
Yeah,
I think Ant's just jealous of Sean Higgins.
Yeah, you bitches need to stop arguing about a game that doesn't matter.
No,
anyway,
exactly.
Not arguing. What I'm saying was the Bulldogs got a lot of possession and wasted it. Richmond did well with what they got. They got a lot of cheapies out the back.
Yeah, I'm not touching that.
Richmond flooded that much. I think Noah would have struggled to get his boat out that day.
All right, I want to see a bitch fight between Fifey and Ant.
Over a pre-season game, what are we, Hawthorn supporters?
Yeah, not over.
I mean,
do it over a game.
We're trying to find some material here to get at each other. I'm making shit up as I go. The worst thing about that game was Libba going down and that fuckwit Vickery was involved with it.
What came back today, Ant? Is he gone? Has he got his ACL?
Yeah, it's an ACL. He's gone for the season.
Two knee recos to two best and fairest winners in the first weekend of the season.
Oh, that's fucking hopeless.
And that's probably as good a reason to move on to the other knee injury, which was Eric McKenzie in the West Coast Carlton game. And, well, I gotta be honest, they rested quite a few, but not really that many, Carlton, and God did they look shit.
Well, come on, Liam Jones is their superstar. What did he get? One goal, cheapy out the back.
This is funny. They've replaced Waite with Liam Jones. Like, who would have thought replacing Waite they could actually do worse by going to another club and getting someone? But they found a way.
They did. I hope.
Think of someone that coming to be worse than Waite.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, but it's Carlton finding a way, and they're recruiting guys quick. Probably
Jack, I reckon.
Sorry?
Majak would be yeah.
Majak's the guy who's going to replace Liam Jones.
I was cleaning up in the kitchen and I came back to watch that game every couple of minutes, and I kind of felt like Frank Costanza and Kramer when they were trying on the bra and they they were dancing and going da 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 da, and I just thought, fuck Carlton is shit.
It was pretty funny to watch. West Coast did it in a bit of a canter. Like, they picked a pretty solid side. They weren't missing too many. I think Nick Nat, who, well, Penal will tell us he's not good enough anyway. But Pritis was there, and we know how good he is.
He's a fucking Brownlow medalist. That's how good he is.
Would he get a game at Hawthorn?
Just let your soul glow.
Cut him off right there.
Sorry, what? Was Teach about to sing? Was he?
Teach, you still
Don't
there?
tell me I dropped out again.
Teach, you there? Hello? I think he dropped out.
Oh, shut up, you smart ass.
But yeah,
Oh, seriously, can you hear him?
Teach.
I can hear Fifey. Or Starburns.
Oh, fuck him, he's
I'm
gone.
not getting sucked in this time.
it was Carlton were pretty hopeless, I thought, and I don't know. This is going to be a fun year, I think, watching Carlton this year. Like,
Well,
Lane Boakhurst.
let's just say
Lane Boakhurst is the guy that they picked instead of picking Jaden Laverde, which Essendon got with the next pick. And that kid is going to be a freaking star.
Oh yeah, they used the first round pick on some 20-year-old. Is that right?
correct, who bagged it
Yeah,
out on
that's right.
Twitter. We discussed
Those
this.
are guys bagging out on
Yeah.
Carlton. but Laverde is going to be ruined by Essendon when he gets pumped full of drugs, isn't he?
Pincushion, yeah.
he's going to have a promising career ruined by being forced to play every game when he's not ready because the other 22 people will be suspended or...
Can we talk about the occupational health and safety wank that Essendon are trying to pull?
We will come back to Essendon once
Fuck Essendon.
we get through this, but we are still on Carlton. I think there will be some.
I'm sure if Teach was still here, he'd agree with me.
Carlton's membership. How
Oh,
pathetic,
shut up.
how pathetic's Carlton's membership tally? Like, and they're not getting the preseason wins to boost it.
Well, they don't have the catchy slogan this year. Where's the smell what the Blues are cooking, or they know we're coming,
Well,
and
The problem was, it was like, can you smell what the Blues are cooking?
Can
Well,
they
it's
just
been
go up and
answered.
go,
It's
"You're
fucking
footing
sausages. And so you
I-
can't
What
ask
is
the
it?
question.
What is it this year? What's their slogan?
Baklava, $3.99.
That was good.
I have to Google it now.
Can we make that their official slogan? Can we start putting it up everywhere?
Yeah, I think we can. I think we can make
Carlton
that.
2015, Baklava, $3.99.
Sorry, the Carlton one needs to be repeated. One club, one tribe, one love.
What? Gay.
For your Joe Rainbow.
Oh, yes, you're right, Ant. That is fucking gay.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No,
Not that
sorry.
there's anything wrong with
You would
that.
never be
I'm
allowed
sure
to
if,
post on
if
Aussie
Teach was here,
Diversity
he'd be talking
forums.
about how gay it is, but he's not. So, yeah.
No, it's not that there's anything wrong with that at all.
Sorry, boss.
Well, where is Bosk?
He's like
Yeah, where is
gone
Boss?
and fucked off voluntarily. Didn't even get banned in a blaze of glory this time.
He
Was
I think-
disappointed.
I think he's waiting for Essendon.
He didn't go out on a rage message or something like
No,
that.
I think he's lying
No.
low.
Does anyone care?
Our membership message is just as shit. It's
Is it as shit as your 25-year merch?
yes, it is.
Keyring?
It is.
I noticed the tie. Jimmy got one of those.
Mighty, yes, he did. Yes, it's
Keyring Hall of Fame.
Keyring Hall of Fame. Mighty member. What the fuck does that mean?
Well, I think we can guess.
They made it look big, but
So when I go out to my car and I get into it, my biceps swell, and as do my thighs. And I get in my car and I'm all of a sudden this mighty fucking prick.
I don't think anyone was saying biceps, but let's move on to the first game, which was the Thursday. We'll go back to that because, well, Penal already got gooey over Jed Anderson, but there was only one person to get gooey over. It was gooey for DeGoey. And James Frawley got cleaned out by Jesse White.
That was funny.
It'll take probably 6 weeks to de-Melbournize him, so he'll probably spend
Six
few
weeks.
weeks
You
in
reckon
the
you reckon
VFL.
it'll happen that fast?
He's
Do
a
you reckon
fucking,
you actually get anything out of a Melbourne player?
If it were
he's a fucking spud. He's hopeless.
if it were any other club, I wouldn't be so confident. But I'll back our structures. I'll back our culture to get him up to the form he showed when he was All Australian in about 6 weeks.
Go.
Ryan Schoenmakers.
Yeah, yeah. Your key position, defender development, shit ash. That's why you go poach him from everywhere else. So if Frawley's
But
this
then
shit
again-
now, what's he going to be after your defensive coach is through with him? He'll be worse than Clangers.
He's got a point.
Usually you recruit them
He's got
ready-made.
nothing. He's
You
got
recruit
nothing.
them ready-made. You've recruited the ready-made and you've sputtered him up already somehow.
Yeah,
You've ruined him.
Does Hawthorn have the worst backline in the league?
No.
Yes, I believe that's true.
No, I mean, just look at guys like Stratton, Birchall, who are, you know...
Oh, yeah,
Birchall's
those
a
guys, yeah.
midfielder adjusted to a half.
They're rebounding defender.
He's got good one-on-one capabilities as well. He's strong in the air. He's good
You're
size.
not asking him to play on fucking Jesse White.
Jesse White.
Outside Lake, Frawley, Gibson, what would the Hawthorn backline look like?
Jesse
Alright,
White.
Clangers
Let's
would
go
be
back
there.
to Let's go back to Jesse White for a minute. He does this every year. He plays. He's like Sean Higgins. He's the Sean Higgins of key forwards, the preseason champion. I guarantee you, if Hawthorn meets Collingwood later in the year, Jesse White will not kick a goal.
I'm guessing he won't be
Because
playing, but I'm guessing whoever plays
Sean
on forward
Higgins,
will
like-
dominate.
Sean Higgins is spokesman for just all average players in the competition. And he gets compared to...
Because he's an average player.
No, Higgins is just the preseason king. He's been the preseason king ever since he started
That's true.
football.
Like, basically from when he was a second year player, it was like, the Gold Coast Suns were apparently chasing him. When he hadn't done
Everyone
anything
loves
yet.
everyone loves Higgins. Consistency is not his forte, though, as
Sounds
you'll
like
find out.
Far out.
Sounds
He's going
like
to get on
you
the park
fucked,
more out
Penal.
of Wade or Higgins.
Sour grapes.
Sour grapes. I'm pissed we didn't get more compo out of
Is
it.
there anything more
Happy
about
to see him
Hawthorns concerning key position defender development, or do we want to move on?
Development, though. Who have they ever developed in their key
Well, that's the thing.
position?
They're not developing anyone, and yet
that's-
Frawley's got to develop
Hey.
somehow.
Hey, wait. I've just pulled up an article here from February 2014.
Yeah, we don't want to know. Fucking
Yeah, no, it's Geelong versus Collingwood in the NAB Cup, and Jesse White kicked 5 goals in that game.
That's
Yet
what's
obviously,
concerning you.
Who's the
Yeah,
backline coach at Hawthorn, Penal?
no. Who's the backline coach at Geelong? How do you let Jesse
He's
White?
deflecting like a
don't
hodgepodge.
deflect onto Geelong, prick. You know, answer the question.
Hodgepodge Suckling.
Got him.
Penal's been
Got
replaced.
him.
Penal's been replaced by
Yeah,
hodgepodge.
got
this
him.
year.
Middle stump.
We weren't going to
Uh,
reveal it till later, but obviously
I think they need to launch an inquiry at Geelong to see how they let Jesse White kick 5 goals on them.
When did
In a
this
practice-
come about Geelong,
in a-
you prick?
In a practice match.
Yeah, so it's going back to what I was saying. Jesse White is like Sean Higgins, a king of practice matches. He never showed that sort of form last year in the real season.
Hawk supporters are obsessed with Geelong, aren't they?
There's
Oh,
nothing.
aren't they just? Jesus Christ.
There's nothing to get concerned about if you're a Hawthorn supporter, and there's nothing to get excited about if you're a Collingwood
It's all
supporter.
right. I mean, they've got plenty of talented youth coming through. They've got that Dale Garlett guy. He should go off. Oh, sorry. I'm sure they got someone else. Did they recruit anyone last year?
No.
Alright, let's
like
move
Probably
on.
someone else threw in. Yes, and let's move on to Geelong. because
Trust the
that's
fucking
only-
Essendon supporter who's the master of drugs to bring up Dale
The
Garland.
only one we haven't discussed so far is Geelong and their concerning youth who lost to the Sold Coke Suns. Thanks for that one, Jasmine. That's a great name. But you played, from looking at your team, the only 2 players I noticed missing were Selwood and Johnson. Would that be correct?
No, not really. There was a lot of other players missing,
Name
but,
them.
fuck. You should have given me some chance for,
Well, if it's that easy, they should come to mind
searches.
straight away.
it was a shit game though.
Yeah, it was
I
played in
mean,
fucking Townsville. I must
I
admit,
mean, the ball was like, it was covered in sweat and it was humid and it was shit and
I love how the NAB goes to the country, but really, in the pre-season, do you want to be sending them fucking north of Brisbane? Like,
I know, it was a terrible game to watch, to be honest.
but they didn't have Ablett, you didn't have Selwood and Johnson, and they beat you. Concerning.
Yeah, they were pretty good. The Suns were pretty good. I'll give them that. I mean, they won most of the contested ball around the pack, but we won most of the ball around the marking contests. But we just couldn't convert, and so I just thought it was a really rubbish game to watch.
Mitch
How did the
Clark still
clock
looks
go?
fat.
No, he's not fat.
You said he was a fat fuck during the off season on the Flogcast.
Yes, I did, but he's lost it. He's
As
No,
He's
he
wearing a
hasn't.
big jumper.
Is anyone else thinking still fuck you, Mitch Clark, the way he ditched Melbourne?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
You ditch
Yeah,
Melbourne. Good.
there's a lot of there is a bit
I mean,
of that.
I know I would ditch Melbourne if I had the choice, but the way he did it.
Yeah, he got paid and then he left.
Like
He
left
got
Melbourne
he
the
got
right way.
paid. He took Jimmy Steins' number and then he left.
well, I'm not going to argue.
This is the kind of people
about
they bring
that.
down at Geelong. This is why their youth. So
Oh, fuck
concerned.
off, shithead. This isn't the kind of people we bring down in Geelong. I mean,
No.
they took him on. I don't agree with what he did. Does he deserve another chance? Maybe he does. I don't know. But, yeah, that game yesterday was bloody awful to watch, really.
How did the cock go?
The what?
The cock.
Oh, the cockatoo. I saw
Yes.
running bounces that he fumbled. That was the only thing I saw
Oh,
in all game.
Nokia.
Nokia cockatoo.
Yeah, for the time that he was on, I thought he was all right. But for his first game, he looked pretty nervous.
It's good to see the
So-
Kardashians running out together as well. Both played
Yes,
the same game.
but our Kardashian was better than theirs.
Oh,
Yes, he
No.
was. Yeah.
There is no good Kardashian. Let's just make that straight.
Well, no, the Suns one's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
No, the Kardashians are shit. The
Oh,
college
okay.
Asneys or whatever you call them are alright.
Yeah,
Yeah, but the
think
Gold
Chloe-
Coast one has a bit more white line fever, I think.
No, I like our guy because he's a halfback flanker that can take a contested mark.
that's what their
whereas
one is, but better.
Yeah, you just
No,
admit it.
his brother's midfielder.
No.
Admit it. Teach.
Played off
Admit
halfback
it,
all last
Teach. You just love the Colo cats, especially the Greek variety.
The fuck? What the fuck does that mean?
Oh, don't worry about it.
You're the butt of cat jokes there, Tish.
Um,
Oh, well, everyone lost this weekend, so what do you expect?
Your arse was handed to you.
yeah.
It-
The other
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
What the fuck's with Geelong's youth? Seriously, Smets and Murdoch. These guys got regular games for you last year, and they look worse.
No, I disagree.
A selfie stick.
I reckon Billy Smets should be traded to St Kilda because he's just dumb enough to, and he does stupid things that just St Kilda would go, oh, he's going to be our next captain.
Yeah, well, this is what people used to say about us in 2004
Oh.
when they said, look at these guys, they're fucking shit. Joel Corey and Jimmy
Bray.
Bartell and
2004, you made a prelim.
Yeah.
And, well, go on. Yeah,
Those
just
guys then
Sorry, are you
come
comparing?
at me.
Are you
Come at-
comparing?
come
sorry,
at
are
me,
you
you
comparing?
fuckers.
Yes, he is.
Are you comparing Murdoch and Co to SJ?
And Joel Corey and Wright and Jimmy
Oh,
Are
Bartell.
you
Well,
really
well,
comparing them?
Abley.
Yeah, he just did it. He just fucking did it.
Yeah.
That's
Let's-
the kind of gooey shit I'd expect from Shep or someone along those lines.
Penal wouldn't go there.
I never saw.
I'm willing to wait you cunts out because.
Oh, so here comes the next 3 premiership dynasty every second year from the Cats again. Is that it?
Well, who knows? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. And if it does,
Teach.
Um,
Geelong will make the 8. Just. They are
well, we always make the 8. I mean, we bottom out.
Oh,
Picked
yeah.
Seventh or
12th
eighth.
last year.
No. Geelong is so much worse off than they were sort of 10 or 12 years ago because I never saw them trading fucking pick 21 for Reece Stanley
I
or
forgot about
similar,
him. Did he play?
Oh,
Did he
yes.
play?
10 years
I
ago.
forgot about that as well.
Did he play?
Let's find out.
Yeah,
No, we
let's
didn't.
find out. Did
He didn't.
Reece Stanley
He
play?
didn't.
What's wrong with
Because
him?
if he did, he was unsigned.
Well, he needed to be. He's a top player, so he needed to be rested.
Was it team balance? Like they went, we've got too many spuds in the team. We have to leave him out.
Well, come at me, fuckers.
Oh,
You know,
Don't worry.
I know who you are. I know.
Who did
Yeah,
St Kilda
we'll see how it turns out.
Who
We'll
did St Kilda
fucking
pick up?
see.
teach? I know you're back now because you're offline before, but who did St Kilda pick up for the Reece Stanley pick?
I know.
Well, you put it up there, prick.
It was Goddard's brother.
Or cousin.
Cousin.
Hugh Goddard.
Cousin, isn't it? But yeah,
So-
he's pretty good.
So
eh?
basically, a potential key
To
tall.
come in after Lonigan and Taylor.
Yet they decide on a known
Fast
potential.
potato.
Well done, Geelong.
Wow.
Come at. fuckers.
Hey, at least he can run fast, eh? You'll between him and Murdoch, you'll win the grand final sprint.
That's it. I'm fucking going. Fuck off, cunts.
Anyway, let's move on. Before we move on to Essendon, because we're on the Suns and the Sold Coke Suns and Carmichael Hunt. Well, how is that?
Gee, it's important we give those boys the doubt, though.
Sorry?
Gee, it's important we give those boys the benefit of the doubt. You know, we don't want to report anything malicious or, you know, unscrupulous about that. In fact, let's just pretend it's not fucking happening. Yeah, that'd be good. Hey, look, Essendon, over there! Boo!
Someone sounds mad.
Fuck the AFL media. Sorry, I'm done. I'm good.
Yeah, it's the AFL's media fault that your team got pumped full of drugs.
And aren't they saying it on Bomber Blitz and Bruce Francis and all that? They've been quite impressive over the off-season.
Irrespective of what you think about his arguments, Bruce Francis is fucking funny. So read the
Or a retard.
So is Tiger Boys. So is Bombers 2003.
So was that legal guy from Deakin University.
Martin Hardy.
Yeah.
I saw a thread on him this week on the Hot Topic board, one of my few ventures in there, and someone's basically asked the question, how has Deakin still got this guy on the books? Like, he's talking so much rubbish in the last year. It's got to look bad, doesn't it? But back to the Suns. 3 months of the Carmichael Hunt window where they got arrested was when he was at
How
the
many
Suns.
moves do you reckon are getting done?
Is anyone surprised?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Up there, you know, I mean, that's where it all happens.
Yeah, it is just standard operating procedure.
You wouldn't expect him to be the one, like, shifting it around. You'd expect them to have some guy who's just not involved supplying everyone. You wouldn't actually expect it to be the players fronting this to people. Like, that's the weirdest part about it. These guys aren't just buying it. These guys are actually buying it in what appears to be some sort of bulk and offloading it to their teammates.
Or is it more the fact that
they're supplying
Michael Hunt was a known coke sniffer, and then the younger guys are going, can you get us some? And then he's going, well, I can make a profit out of this.
Yeah, well, exactly, because he wasn't making enough money.
Yeah, that's right.
He's an ex-rugby player. What do you expect? I
Yeah,
mean,
but they do some stupid shit. Like
bubbling.
Oh, we did this last year. Oh my god.
well, you did. You bubbled.
You were bubbling last year, what?
No. We talked about it last year.
You talked about how you bubbled last year, Teach.
Bubble.
You know, no, we talked about fucking bubbling. We didn't do it.
The whole thing's fucked up until we get actual confirmation and proof that there's actually Gold Coast players involved. It's kind of a non-event at the moment.
But
Like,
I
we'll
think
get
that's
proof.
coming. Though.
Like we need proof. We're just going to talk shit anyways.
Yeah.
Well, this is my point about the media thing, man.
Oh, bring it back to Essendon. We're innocent.
Those court appeals.
Just leave James alone.
They ran wild on him, no problem. Fair enough, we probably deserved most of it, but Gold Coast...
But if you came clean, it would have been over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
How's the governance, Gold Coast? How's the fucking governance?
Difference is,
Guy
they're not
McKenna's
trying to
fault.
cheat on it. They're just trying to get off on the off-season or after games.
And we'll use that to move on to Western. James Hird lost his appeal, got a smackdown, costs.
So did he actually appeal again? I can't
No,
remember.
he didn't
No.
because I think he got advice that if he appealed, they would say no, we're not hearing it, and that's a pretty big slap in the face.
He needed to show proof that there was judicial
Negligence or something.
negligence in order for him to go to the High Court. And no, sorry, you cannot do this.
So basically, one judge in Supreme Court knocked him back, then the other 3 knocked him back, so he has to prove all 4 don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Maybe Tanya threatened to put spikes on the strap on.
I exercised legal right, no problem.
Sure, and he did.
Only guilty men challenge the process.
Oh, come on, man. Seriously?
Yes.
Only guilty people challenge processes. Right.
That many to go to that level, he was trying to.
like he's
hide
trying to dust it under the carpet, and from all accounts, like the tribunal's been just about leak-free, which is surprising.
Weird, funny that.
Mm.
It's almost like Andrew Dimitri doesn't work there anymore.
Oh,
Oh.
it was all Vlad, wasn't it?
Well, who else?
You know what Tanya said to her friend? She went, bring out the gimp.
And out waddled James with a healthy tan.
Da 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 da.
But The other thing about this is, and this can't go missed. When James Hird lost his appeal, he was not in the country. Now, people noticed this because just about the coaches of 17 other clubs were, and they were all, coaching, whereas James is off, leaving them in charge of, well, who? Neil, Harvey, or Craig, take your pick. Bomber's not there anymore, so...
No. Well, they got no players anyway, because it's all, Clint, the dwarf burners and...
This guy's just doing whatever the fuck he pleases, and Little's letting him. He's going to let the members decide, even if they come back guilty. What the fuck is that?
Our pre-season is shot. It's all over the place. Nobody knows who's playing, who's not playing, who's even in the fucking team. It's just crazy.
I'm surprised Zaharakis isn't playing, because everyone knows he's scared of needles.
He's been charged.
No, isn't he scared of needles? He's one of the 7.
But they can't. This is how weird this whole thing is that they just go, we're just charging everyone because you were there.
No, they didn't charge them all because there's 7.
Surely Zaharakis didn't get a fraction notice.
No, it was 7 who didn't.
Through scuttlebutt that he had.
Now, are you talking through the flogging of Bombers Blitz?
No. I mean, I know a couple of guys in Melbourne that they're on Blitz. Yes, they're connected.
Ah, well, there you go.
There we
No, you said it. We have a sleeper agent from Kool-Aidville in our mix.
You have just lost all credibility with us.
We're down near teach levels now, man.
You're down near teach tips levels.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was getting at, and we'll come back.
Fuck off, you wankers.
We'll come back to your tips. But anything else on Essendon? Like the players are out. They're getting all the top ups in. Clint Jones. Let's hope he doesn't burn the club down, or maybe we hope he does. Either way, there's lols.
When are we going to get a resolution on this?
Well, apparently before the season.
Well, according to the latest stuff, next year.
What? No.
Scuttlebutt.
But basically, it's going to keep going until they've all retired.
But if they're taking provisional bans, then...
No, they're going to get off. Because they can't categorically prove who took what. They can say there was stuff there, but we can never say that you definitely had this.
So you're a bunch of dirty cheats.
But it's burden of proof's not the
Asada
same.
and McDevitt will appeal and drag it out another year.
Oh, Asada will drag it out. Fucking hell, you are sounding like Bomber Blitz.
This is just
all they had to do was come clean. This would have been over 2 years ago.
Fucking hell.
I don't think you get this far without it being something sticking on you guys.
Yes.
3 years this has been going.
I know, but you keep fucking appealing.
You can only wash so much.
And burning the records. Anyway, let's move on because we do have a lot more stuff to cover, and we got to cover this one. Colin Sylvia.
Oh, fat lazy fuck.
That's the thing. He doesn't even look fat.
So Penal,
he's lazy. He's lazy.
Penal, if he'd come to Hawthorn, would he still be a fat lazy fuck?
The fat lazy fuck who couldn't defend.
Be truthful now.
I don't know what Fremantle traded to get him.
Free agent, so that's just what they paid.
Doesn't matter, they lost. They lost.
Yeah, I mean,
they paid nothing for him and they still lost.
Yeah.
In fact, congratulations, Fremantle, the first team to lose a free agency trade.
Oh yeah, that's bullshit, isn't it?
And
It's
Ross
terrible.
Lyon's all of a sudden in damage control because all of a sudden the Spud system's broken.
I still have faith in Waite to do something entirely stupid and take out Boomer on his 500th game or something stupid like that.
$3.99 end his career or something.
And just punch him out.
Whilst he tries to hit someone else, he accidentally clocks Boomer.
And then gets found in Mrs. Boomer's bed or something like that.
Tries to knee someone and hits Boomer in the head.
Do you realise that both Scott Gumbleton and
Colin Sylvia.
Who's that other Collingwood nuffy forward?
Jack Anthony.
Yeah, played more games.
Oh, fathead.
Than Sylvia.
Sylvia's still got time, but geez.
No, he's gone and he's never coming back.
I can't believe that. He goes to Fremantle, he goes to the Ross Lyon culture, and he can't get together. Is this just... I know Ross Lyon exists to lose grand finals, but it's amazing that he couldn't turn Colin Sylvia around. Is that like the most Melbourne a player has ever been?
Probably.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Like, he couldn't even get him into fit condition, which makes you wonder whether he was ever in fit condition at Melbourne.
Just playing off
Probably
ability.
tells you the sort of standards they had at Melbourne.
Sylvia, it seems to be more about attitude than anything else.
He's been an A-grade fuckwit for years, so I'm not massively surprised that he continues.
I am just the fact that Fremantle couldn't turn him around. That's actually this bad. That's surprising.
He can actually play. He's not a bad player.
No one doubts his ability. It's all.
Yeah, it's all attitude.
Some people just have no work ethic.
Yes, like the backline recruiting staff at Hawthorn.
Let's move on because Melbourne, real quick, since we're on them, have upgraded Heretier Lumumba to the leadership group.
Oh no!
Oh, you're fucking joking, aren't
No,
you?
I'm not. I'm not joking.
He who laughs last.
Mm.
The most
Oh.
divisive person
Prince.
in Collingwood
Yeah.
is now.
The person no one at Collingwood wanted to listen to now has a platform at Melbourne.
Leadership group.
Leadership
That
group
is just
meetings
fucking
now been
ridiculous.
extended to a couple of hours.
I
Because
can see where he's going to come to the defence now. He's going to, now, guys, if Watsy doesn't want to go in hard, he's allowed to do that. We're open and honest
If he
here
wants
at
to,
Melbourne.
let him do this.
He needs to do all their post-match conferences. He can have like Harry's haiku and do a little poem or something.
Yeah. He's going to come in with the with the Buddhist bells and go.
Yeah.
They will do their post-match reviews. They'll all sit in thinking chairs whilst they watch and think of what went wrong.
It would be magnificent. I'd love to see it.
Could you imagine? I mean, you're a young fella, you're 22 years old, and this fucking idiot comes out with the ringing bells. I'm here to impart you wisdom. And you sit there and go,
I am the prince.
fuck
I
is this
laugh
about?
last.
Yeah.
Just shows
So
you.
I would seriously think it's all show. He'd be saying, "Hey, I've got the coke out here. Just got it off shipping off Carmichael."
Just shows you how fucked that club actually is to say that they're so devoid of leadership. They need to put that guy, the most divisive figure in the game, almost
Well,
in their
it's amazing
leadership
this is
group.
happening under Roos's watch. You think they're turning the corner, but the Lumumba's in there. Let's move on. We'll cover a couple of things real quick before we move on. What do we think of David King?
idiot,
Immaculate
stupid.
Well, it does because remember there was a bit going on about the Rising Star because everyone was saying
Bonson Pelly.
what was the guy's name? Taylor Swift or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, how
Taylor
he
Swift.
or whatever the Brisbane.
Was he a good singer?
I don't know, but Bontempelli was the
Haters
best
gonna
Rising Star ever.
He was robbed right in front of the Bulldog supporters.
Could be.
But it was interesting how we were talking about that, then we kind of went, it's the Rising Star, who cares? And then now David King's come out, he was on the fix.
Mm.
Is there like an ACCC investigation into corruption and gambling in football going on at some point?
I
If
guess
there
it's
wasn't
the fact
before,
that-
there will be now.
But that's all right. Don't worry about that. Essendon, boo. Okay.
Oh.
Or Essendon.
Oh,
Someone's
Stop
not enjoyed the
playing
off-season
victim.
Essendon dramas.
Really, I mean, I think
Well,
the
Keep
let's-
the
reason no
iPad
one-
away. Keep the iPad away.
I think
Well,
the only
let's
reason
don't
no
break
one
your
knows
iPad.
is we're all
Put it down.
Let's think about it. I mean, last year, if you actually, on the total span of the season, were going to vote on the Rising Star, who would have put your money on? Who would you?
Bontempelli, easily.
Absolutely, you would have.
It was
Absolutely.
a short price favourite as well. The
Penal,
bookies.
just to know what David King's general radar is like for tipping, what was his grand final tip?
he picked Sydney by 68 points in the grand final. I'll never forget that, probably.
Oh,
he
yeah,
was out
well-
on the grand final by more than Port lost in
He's one of
2007.
What a smart fella he is. Jesus, that there's a fix there. That is.
And also,
an
wasn't he involved in the voting?
No, but half the people at Fox
the
Footy
guys are
were.
on the panel.
Yeah, exactly.
He worked with
He was probably just bitter about not being asked to be on the voting panel. He probably thought, oh, they don't think I'm important enough. I'll show them by accusing them of corruption.
I'll show them by winning money. Look how smart I am.
I got told that the fix is in and Taylor Swift's going to win.
Anyway, let's move on to this month on the Bay, and we'll go with this last 3 months on the Bay, and we'll go with what was probably thread of the month. I think unanimous.
Yes.
It was the chat thread. It was
Yes.
pretty fun.
Oh, chat there was great.
Like it was a legit shame to have to shut that down, and I'm sorry that we did, but
I mean, you woke up
Yeah,
in the
I'm
morning
sorry.
and
Why'd you do it? Mash, 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 mash.
it was the reverse shits. Everyone knows that, and that was the final. That was it. We'd had enough at that point.
How many pages?
oh, more than 1,000. I mean, you wake up.
1,300. It was
Jesus.
just.
You woke up. You woke
monster.
up in the morning, and it was at another 30 pages.
I worked it out the other day. It averaged upwards 17 pages a day.
That's the only downside to that thread. If you missed a day or two, you had so much catching up.
And that was the worst part for us. If we missed a day, who knows
Yeah.
what might have slipped through.
I got the pictures by just saying, I don't want to read this thread.
Yeah,
Someone
Jasmine,
post it
have
for
a
me.
badge. Have a shiny penny. But yeah, that was the thread of the month, and I think we'll move on because it was great, but it was obvious. Who's been the flog of the month? I think we've got a few suggestions here. Jades? You didn't quite get him the flog of the year, did you? Tazhawk came late.
I'm going to get him this year. Seriously.
James. Yeah, I'm up with James.
What about
Boyd Show
he's been
Has
getting awfully melty and
massively sucked up over the off season.
I would like to nominate someone who isn't Bay specific. He's got a couple of mentions on the Bay. He's more an internet thing, and it's found its way into the Bay a few times, and he's been highly entertaining over the last 3 months.
Speaking of Essendon.
Speaking of Essendon,
Hang on. Do not tar me with this brush.
in his sickness, in his
Well, it's not so much a brush,
not a
but
brush.
a large metal
Well,
object that's going to tar you.
It's an arse pylon, as Grizz called it. And this
When was
is
the last time you had a Chico roll?
Mint condition.
mint condition, only used twice. But no, this is legit, and it is Mr. Aaron, who's the last 3 months has been just
Actually,
Why
do
is
you
it
know
descending
You're-
down this.
AKA
That's
the
every
Jet.
Essendon supporter.
Yes,
He's gone.
we've gone down the rabbit hole with that
Yeah.
guy, and there is no coming back, because if anyone's seen in the Not Convicted thread, he's selling his pfun stainless steel butt plug on eBay, and what was it? He made a point of saying it was unused, but if you check his Twitter account, that's not true. So, and that's just the tip of the particular Mr. Aaron iceberg, and there's a whole lot behind it, but
At a point in your life when you're giving an online public review of a butt plug.
And well, he's trying to sell it for $20 less. If you want it second hand, you save $20.
And you get bonus Aaron DNA.
Yeah, and postage is paid for, so that's
There is no competitor. That must be the one.
he's been in ripping form. Just all the stories of his massages that he tells,
And also, it helps Haduken's conspiracy theory how we're all out to get Essendon.
Anyway, who do we want to give it to?
Aaron.
Mr. Aaron. It's got to be Mr. Aaron.
He's
Aaron Job, 3 votes / the
And
Jet.
Whoever isn't blocked by him on Twitter can send a link to this vlogcast to him.
he's one sick individual. We make jokes about bombers, but this guy's legitimately scary and dangerous.
Never message me, never contact me, I don't want to know you.
And he's on Bombers Blitz.
Anyway.
He's your inside
No,
information,
no,
Haduken.
he's
Wink,
been
wink.
Finally, we're going to play predictions, and this
Well,
is where we get to shine. So what I want to hear, and we'll do this as quickly as possible, because we are running short on time. Looking ahead at the season, I want to hear from each of us who we think is going to win the premiership. The Spoon-
Hawthorn.
Oh, shut up, you fucking wanker.
Couldn't help myself, sorry.
Premature.
Premature ejaculation.
Fake backline.
Spooner, the Riser, the Faller, and one other bold prediction that may happen that's got nothing to do with those. So, Penal, since you jumped the gun, you can go first before you run out of goo waiting. You've already picked the Premier. Who's going to win the Spoon?
Carlton. Cantor.
Yep.
Oh, I think you said it best earlier that there's a lot to look forward about Carlton's season this year, just not if you're a Carlton supporter.
And the Riser and the Faller, who we got?
North will be the faller this year. I don't think they'll repeat their prelim performance. They'll probably be around 7th or 8th, maybe even miss the finals entirely. And the big rise will probably be Adelaide under their new fearless leader and captain.
Is this off the back of one practice game?
Hey, practice games are important, man.
Oh, fuck's.
And do you have a bold prediction? Just anything else?
Oh, this will be good.
Pritis back-to-back Brownlows.
Oh,
Jesus.
oh, you wanker.
Who wants to go next?
Oh, Jesus. I'll go next. Premier Hawthorn.
3-peat? No way.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Was it the other one? The Spoon, St Kilda, Riser, Gold Coast, the Faller, Geelong, and bold prediction, Norf are going to make the grand final.
Okay, Haduken.
Spoon Carlton. Grand final. Port busted open this year. Big rise of Brisbane, despite Rockland. Faller Tigers. I don't think they're going to make the 8 again. I don't think they'll fall a lot. They will. And bold prediction. Schultz wins the Coleman.
Who? Schultz.
Schultz.
Okay.
Ant?
But not that bold, but you know.
No, it's bold enough.
I agree with Hadukes. Port for the flag. Wooden Spoon. It's a tough one. I'm going to say St Kilda. Riser, I'm going to say Gold Coast.
Just copy what I said.
I don't know. Did you say Port Adelaide?
I said St Kilda for the Spoon and Gold Coast as the Riser.
I copied 2. Not all.
You picked Hawthorn for the flag, goo chugger.
And the Faller, I'm going to say the Hawks. I reckon they're still going to make top 4, but go out in straight sets.
Oh.
Surely in finals.
Nice.
All right, I'll go.
Actually, hang on. I've got a bold prediction. Sam Mitchell will not see out the year.
Oh, and my...
Ooh.
Yeah, he'll
Why?
too old, too slow.
Did you see him on the fucking...
Yeah.
Did you see him in that practice game? My God. Brilliant.
He's as good as ever.
At least you upset him, Haduken. At least you upset him. That's the main thing.
I tell you what, if Pritis doesn't win his second
shut up,
Brownlow,
bitch!
Sam Mitchell will win his second Brownlow this year.
Well,
Poor old Sam to retire
he
with
may-
no Brownlows
He
against
may
his
still
team.
get that Brownlow if they take it off Watson.
They won't.
Okay, I'm going to have a crack. I agree with some of the sentiments already. Port will win the flag, and they will also make a financial loss. I agree with the additional sentiment that Carlton will win the spoon. I think that's close to a given. That really just depends on St Kilda, I think. As bad as Melbourne are, I think Paul Roos and the leadership of Ferretti Lumumba will be enough to keep them above both Carlton and St Kilda. The faller, well, aside from Essendon, once the players get removed, that's too easy. So I'm going to say Geelong with the concerning youth. The riser will be the Giants, and my bold prediction is that both expansion teams will play finals.
Suns definitely. I don't know. Giants, maybe.
I don't reckon their development's that
I
good.
reckon they're another year off it.
I like the key position players. I think the key position players give them a lot more upside than the Suns.
You mean like Tom
Alright,
Boyd?
No, I mean the ones that played consistent
pretty
games
easy in
last
that
year.
9th to 11th bracket. They're knocking on the door group.
I think enough teams are dropping out though that it'll open for them.
Yes, teach. Go teach.
Yeah.
Okay, Premiership. North Melbourne.
It's back.
Yes.
It's back. Back
The
on
wagon's back.
Stay
Here we
inside,
come.
Royals.
Here we come.
I can't wait
Slider.
till Jared Waite crashes it.
Slider to be Geelong will finish about at 12.
That's what you said last year.
Yeah, I know. But I was a year off, that's all. Riser, Western Bulldogs to make the finals.
Not even Ant went there.
Yeah,
No,
bottom half of the 8, but they'll make it.
No liver.
Wooden Spoon, our perennial favourites, St Kilda, will win it yet again. And a surprise. Oh, Hawthorn to miss the 8.
The Western Bulldogs are going to have a better season than Hawthorn.
And Norf are going to to win the flag. I don't know which one's more ridiculous.
You know that I'm.
It's a North flag. Everyone thinks
I know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, because you win your 5-man tipping competition every year. That's
You're going to win again this year? How many people? Have you expanded? Have you taken on a challenge?
Oh,
Or is it still 5?
Nah, we're not going to. I mean, I won $300. I mean, I'm not going to.
you're missing the point. You had 5
Someone
people.
wait-
in the
Greatest scam on the internet since Telstra sent Suze a phone bill.
Can I change your tipping comp?
No, I think we agreed on this last year that we were going to have a sort of flog off tipping comp
We
because
did.
to settle it
I
once
think
for
I
all.
See, you say you won 50, $300. Did you all put in 60?
Well, basically, yes.
Just so.
we can have something on the line for our comp.
I think we should. I think we should get one up.
One for the winner, and the person who comes last has to do something.
And also, you get bonus points for finishing in front of
Teach.
teachers competition.
I think
You
that's
won't
only
finish in
fair.
front of me. I'll fucking cream you all.
Well, that's because you're not allowed to change your tips in this fucker. If you put
No,
them in on
I
the
know,
Monday,
but
you
you know,
gotta stick with them.
you get up until Friday to put them in. That's the
No,
deal.
no.
Not in this, not in
No,
podcast.
you've
Whole
got to
off
go with
season
the
he's not
tips
learned
that
his lesson.
you've
Yeah, you have to go with what you say on here, I think.
You
No.
No, you've got to go with your Monday Flogcast tip. That's the rule.
Ah, fuck that. I'm not doing it.
And
You
everyone.
don't know the weather.
So
You
Teach
don't
doesn't
know,
know what he's talking about.
you don't know the weather. You don't know the team changes.
weather.
That's what you need to know.
Only Cochin kicks into the wind, mate.
Well, I know
I mean,
exactly.
So what the weather like if it's raining North Melbourne and all of this? I mean,
Well, if it's raining, Geelong are going to win. That's all there is to it.
Oh, fuck. Teacher's just given us the lols in last. North to win the flag. Seriously, I thought the Wagon was dead and buried for good. You know, Wagons were so 2014.
Actually,
You-
while
you
I
gotta-
think with this, I've been meaning
you
to
gotta
ask
turn-
like, Dan,
You're going to turn back over your shoulder and hear this massive
You're not-
rumbling and go, what the fuck's that? And you're going to see this massive rumbling wagon come in. And it's like, we're going to fucking roll you over.
You should have upgraded to a train.
so like the final last year, you had this Ben Brown kid, right, who just blew us away. I'm not very
Yeah,
happy.
what a champ. He's a champ.
He was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, now here's Jared Waite to take his spot.
Where is he? What's happened to him? Now you've hired Jared Waite.
Well, basically, he's gone to kill his arch nemesis, Bart Simpson.
Fuck off, Pete.
We can't all be as funny as you, Teach, picking Norf for the flag.
Your own guy.
No, he played on the weekend. He's
Yeah.
still on the side.
He was bloody good. I was just like, wow, where's this kid come
He was
from?
good, yeah.
And he fuck off now, please. Yeah.
Well, we haven't even started the season yet, Haduken.
True. No, I don't want to have to. Like,
I mean, come on, have you seen how well Higgins is
You
going?
watch
Of course,
me,
we
yeah.
haven't started the season.
If you've got Jared Waite up the front there, I'm fine with it. Go.
You watch me. When North win the grand final, you'll all have to crawl on your knees over glass and go, "We're sorry, Teach. We're sorry. You were right."
And then when they don't, you'll just go, "Oh, I changed my tip anyway last week."
So, if you remember you got to the finals last year, and it was a Geelong North Melbourne game or something like that, and you go, Geelong gonna fuck them up the arse and blah 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 blah.
No, I didn't. I
back.
said North were
Yes,
going to
you
win.
did.
Yeah, you jumped off your bandwagon.
You said you were going to crash the wagon again for the final time last year, and then it
I
didn't
told
happen.
you North were going to win. I'll
No,
bring it
you
up
went
again.
Geelong.
Hang on,
As soon as
your
Geelong
actual-
came into it, you ditched it like you would not believe.
Your actual prediction was a Freo Geelong grand final. So you're like a week off from half of that happening, to be fair.
Anyway, I think it's time to wrap up. So yeah, this was an eventful, in the end, return. The Flogcast for 2015. Starburns joined by Dan,
There.
Ant,
Sorry, we sucked.
Haduken.
Very rusty.
Boo!
If you get any angrier, that pfun is gonna got you something.
You just need to put the X-Files theme over every time I do that.
Teach.
We're gonna put
Goodbye.
it every time you complain about how the
Oh, fucking talk over me, Ant, you can't.
And Penal.
It's been the pre-season for us too, so been a little rusty because unlike the AFL players, we've been actually allowed to take coke in the off season, so that's why we're not scratch.
that snorting that was happening earlier.
We have been a little bit James Frawley this week, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been a bit sputtish.
I'm absolutely not high right now.
Yet still, since we've been tweeting Brad McNamara in the last week, we've been better than the 9 commentary team. So yeah, I think that's a good note to end on. Thanks for listening. We'll see you in a month.
Oh, I broke my iPad.
Oh, jeez.
Smashed fucking iPad.
Fucking
Such
does it.
rage.
Just fucking enraged.